Matter of fact, I do. Either you walk away and never come back to Clouds, or I end you here and now.
I see you got everything planned out, but you forgot just one thing. I've also got a doll chip.
Know your fucking place, trash.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And today I want to talk about Cyberpunk 2077. And what I have in my hand here is the Cyberpunk Steelbook Edition. I actually got this edition for like $10. And it was like a couple years ago when everybody was just hating the game. And nobody was playing it. It had a lot of problems. And I picked it up for $10. I thought it was a steal. And this is what I have. I think this is like one of three different covers. Actually, this guy on the cover here, I'm going to put it up so you guys can see it. He actually resembles what my character looks like in Cyberpunk. But there's the back. And then there it goes. It says Cyberpunk. Let me flip it this way. And then you can see it says Cyberpunk right there. So, and I showed this off in, I did a PlayStation collection video. And I actually had this in the collection. By the way, I'll put that at the top of the video. Definitely check that one out. And, yeah, so anyway, I want to have that in the video, just like kind of like a little visual aid. I'm not really, I don't really need to open or anything. It's not really unboxing. I just want to talk about Cyberpunk 2077 because, as you know, this game had a rough start. But I think, man, this game has come a long way. And I make this video really, like, if you haven't tried it out, I'm hoping maybe this will encourage you to give it a try. But if not, I just want to spark a good conversation. I just want to hear what you guys think after all these updates. They had the 2.0 update, and then they had the 2.1 update just to kind of clean up any other bugs and other things. And I just want to talk about it because I'm really enjoying this game. I've been playing it since Christmas. I'm a little over halfway done with the main campaign. I think the main campaign is only like 15 hours if you just rush through it. I'm doing a lot of side content. I got my street cred up to 50, which is like the max. And I'm having a blast with it. I'm having a real freaking blast. And I just want to talk about it. I'm so excited about this game because this is what I've been wanting from video games. You know what I mean? And let's just say this. And that's kind of my intro. So here we go. Let's get into Cyberpunk, okay? What I mean by what I just said, I've been waiting for a game like this. I've talked about it on the podcast with Jan. By the way, check us out. We'll be back January 21st, Deadhead Podcast, episode 40. I've talked about on the podcast with Jan about how I just feel like gaming in recent years has not been really garnered towards mature audiences as much. We have a lot more games that are more in the more cartoony, more animated, more just brighter in tone, really. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how when we were kids. Listen, I'm 27. So a lot of my gaming years was PS2. Well, I played PS1, but PS2 and then mostly the PS3 and 360. That was mostly what we grew up on, as we were going through middle school and high school and things like that. And because I think, the PS4 and Xbox One came out, I think it was a senior. I think I was a senior. I don't know. It's something like that. Junior or senior. I don't remember. But anyway, so we grew up mostly in the PS3 360 era, and it seemed like a lot of those games. And, and honestly, I could go through a list here of games that came out during that time that just felt more adult. It felt more like they were willing to take risk. I felt like games wanted to take more risk back when we were kids on the PS3 360. We weren't worried about offending anybody. They were brutal. They were dark. I think of Spec Ops: The Line, for example. If you guys have not played that game, I definitely recommend it. If you got an Xbox Series X, play Spec Ops: The Line. If you got an Xbox in general, play Spec Ops: The Line. If you have a PC, definitely play it on there. It is super smooth. My PC's not even, really considered what some people have, their machines. My machine is absolute garbage compared to theirs, and Spec Ops: The Line runs at like 100 FPS. It's so nice, dude. And it's great. It's fantastic. Story's dark. Feels like it pushed the boundaries. And I just feel like we don't get games like that anymore, And that's just one example. There's several others, and we can go through them, Maybe if you guys want to talk to me in the comments, let me know some of your favorite games from that generation. But with Cyberpunk, man, I get pretty close to those feelings. And I'm not going to sit here and act like this is like the darkest story ever told. I'm not going to say they really push the envelope in some story beats and things like that. But what it does have, I feel like a badass. You know what I'm saying? When I play a video game, and this is, I got, there's probably going to be people in the comments, maybe saying like, you know, it was the whole thing like toxic masculinity or whatever. Listen, I'm not getting into that. Whatever. I like playing as a badass when I play video games. I don't want to play as like a little animal or whatever. I want to play as a badass. I don't even care. Listen, there's still people out here that are still like bitching about playing as a female in games. I don't understand. As long as she's badass in a very like non like corny way. You know what I'm saying? I think about Lucia for GTA 6. Now we don't know much about her, but she looks badass, but she looks like within reason. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not like Sarah Connor in the newest Terminator movie. That's one of my prime examples. If you ever seen that, Sarah Connor is just it's just a bit much. It's corny. It's weird. It's not very feminine. I like badass females that are still feminine. I like that because that's realistic. There's a lot of badass women that don't need to be freaking jacked or need to say these corny Sylvester Stallone one-liners. You know what I'm saying? But with V, when I'm playing as V in Cyberpunk, you feel like an absolute unit. And I think that's why I love this game so much is that, you know, it's crazy to me. Like, if you look at the story of this game where V has, you know, this relic in his brain and it's slowly killing him, it's slowly taking over to where Johnny Silverhand and V are not two separate people anymore. There will be one, and Johnny will take over essentially, and there will be no more V. Like, you know, all this stuff is going on, but yet V is getting stronger, man. V can run. You can put cybernetics in your body where you can run faster, jump higher, be way more agile. You know, be more susceptible to explosions and being able to hack like everyone or multiple people at one time. It is truly fascinating, like how much you can do and how many ways you can F people up in this game. And sometimes the thing about me is, and I don't know how your playstyle is. Sorry, so I'm very hot and heavy, man. I hot and heavy might not be the best way to say that, but I'm very like in your face. I'm there's not much stealth gameplay is what I'm trying to say. I've had characters tell me, hey, try to be stealthy on this mission. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I just go, I'm like, who are you talking to right now? And I go in a room and I just freaking annihilate 15 dudes, no problem.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Wow. Bang! Well, I don't see so good, so I missed. Then they ran away. I ran after them.
Okay.
Bang! Try to shoot them in the back. But I don't run so good either.
And it's fun. I have yet to be bored from a combat encounter because it's always fun because there's so many different ways that you can take out your enemies. If you want to go in stealthy, you can do that. I don't know if, like, and I'm sure people have done stealth playthroughs, but I just feel like there's so many cool things to use that I don't want to be stealthy. I want to use like everything at my disposal. I want to be able to hack this person, make them commit suicide, go to another section, hack a camera, and then I can hack people from another room, and then I can slide across the floor, use my samurai sword, chop their legs off. Like, it makes like the combinations in this game is super impressive. Like what you can do to people, how you can mutilate some corpses, bro. I sound like a sick bastard. I know I do, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun, and there's a good challenge there too. You know, the challenge curve I think is appropriate for this type of game, for being an RPG. You know, it feels appropriate. You can't do one combat encounter the same. And yeah, you can go in there just run and gun. And the thing is, the gameplay is so tight that for me, like sometimes I forget that I can do all this other stuff. Like if I'm like sitting here, like I have this handgun right now. I'm sure I'm showing gameplay on the screen throughout this video, but I have this handgun right now that it's like it's kind of like a semi-automatic. And man, that Joker, man, I've been able to just wipe the floor with heavily armed enemies with this firearm, man. And it's so much fun, dude. I'm having an absolute blast. But that's the gameplay. Let's go to the story, man. The main campaign is, it's okay. I'm not going to sit here and say it's anything crazy. I love Takimura. Of course, I love Johnny Silverhand. I love Judy. I love these main characters. Oh, God. Don't get me started on Pan Am. I mean, good Lord, man. I mean, Pan Am. Yeah, more like Pan Damn. Like, you know what I mean?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Listen, I'm just fooling around. But listen, you know, she is a good character. I did her entire quest line. Obviously, she's my girl. I mean, that's you got to. I mean, I mean, why are you not trying to get with Pan Am? I mean, what? You tell me who you decided to have romance options with, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like. You know, even her character, her whole storyline with her clan and helping them out and fighting against another enemy clan, I thought it was super, intriguing to learn more about their culture and what they do and their way of life. And they're very comforting. Like, they're kind of, obviously just like most gangs, they're kind of, or groups, they're kind of like weird. They don't know if they can trust you. You help them out. And it just feels, it just feels so RPG in a sense that it just has that feel. It has that old school Fallout feel, you know what I mean? That Fallout or Skyrim, something that I don't feel like Starfield did a very good job of, where it made you feel like doing these quest lines really paid off. I mean, yeah, you kind of get that in Starfield, and I'm not. Here's the thing, I'm not saying this to discredit Starfield. I'm not going to do that. There's been a lot of comparisons between this game and Starfield. Listen, which one is the better game? It's tough, man. I would probably say Cyberpunk, but that's just because I like the tone of the environment. I love the characters. I love the cybernetics. I'm just more into that. I'm just not what Starfield tried to do. I was intriguing. I did like being able to go explore throughout the galaxy, and that's pretty cool. But this just feels more of what I like. I like being like a badass, pull up on a motorcycle, and just show everybody that I'm the freaking leader of Night City. The Night City should be changing their fucking name to V or Vincent. I'm playing as male V on this playthrough. I played as the female V on my Xbox playthrough. But yeah, so the story's nothing really to scoff at. But man, what it comes down to is the side content. Again, I mentioned Pan Am's quest line, Judy's quest line. Oh, it's super good, and you want to help out Judy any way you can, just to get and this again, I'm probably spoiling a little bit, but I'm hoping you guys have played a little bit, but. Like Judy's storyline trying to get revenge over what happened to Evelyn, and it makes sense, right? Like what happened to Evelyn, you see that in the main quest line, and you're trying to gain vengeance back to Clouds. This kind of like it's essentially like they have like these bots, I guess, and they're pretty much these bots like have sex with you and talk to you and things like that. So it's pretty much like a prostitute or like a prostitution brothel sort of thing, and It was a really good storyline, and the way it ended, it kind of sucked for me. It kind of ended in a way that was weird, but it just, I don't know, like it stood out to me. I still think about Judy. I still think about what she went through. The last mission with Judy that I had, you got to learn way more about her childhood, and it was good stuff, man. It was stuff that was kind of missing from the campaign that I wish was there, Matter of fact, I had a quest line where it was this guy who's like super religious. He was a devout Christian, but what he did before he found God was he was kind of like a gangbanger and he was a murderer. And so I met this guy randomly. I was just doing a random side gig. I meet this guy and he wants me to be there with him because he wants to make a BD, which is like this holographic. It's kind of like they use them for a bunch of stuff. They use them for like porn. They use it for just like experiencing things that you couldn't do like in your own like body. It's pretty much holographic environments. And he wanted to make a BD of like himself dying on the cross as like a symbol to like give your life to God and give your life to Jesus. And it was such a weird quest. And like the whole time I'm playing it, I'm like, man, I got family members who probably think this stuff right here is some Satan type stuff. But I thought it was super cool, man. It was an interesting mission. It didn't involve really any killing. And I think it was a good little step back from all the action and all the things that you can do to obliterate anybody in your path. So anyway, I really enjoyed it. So, I mean, again, and I think to compare it back to Bethesda games, I think that's the best part of Cyberpunk is these side stories, this side content. I mean, look at Phantom Liberty, right? I mean, I know Phantom Liberty has a main quest line, but I'm hearing great things about Phantom Liberty. I'm hearing it's some of the best stuff that's been released in a while. So yeah, I think the side content, the characters, I think they hit the nail on the head with Cyberpunk. I love these characters. And Johnny Silverhand, I kind of mentioned him a couple times. Keanu Reeves, man, I love Keanu Reeves. He seems like one of the nicest guys in the world. And his delivery of some of these lines just sound, I wouldn't say sound bad. They sound so weird because I'm not used to hearing Keanu Reeves talk like this. But he's great in this, man. He's really great. You know, his parts in the game when you play as him are not as good because you get so used to playing as V, where you have all these abilities, and when you go back in time playing as Johnny, Johnny doesn't have nearly as many cybernetics as you do, so he can't really move as fast as you. He doesn't have as much as like weapon variety. But other than that, I mean, I love Johnny Silverhand. But you know, if I kept going like I am now, this video could be like 45 minutes, and I know we're probably a good bit into this video now. But just moving on, you look at the world of Night. Look at Night City. You know, it's such a it's a beautiful landscape. It's so beautiful, but it's dangerous. There's always someone getting shot and murdered all the time, and it just makes it fun, man. It feels, honestly, Night City feels more alive than it ever has. You hear conversations on the street. There's people talking on the phone. There's always someone getting robbed. You can interfere. There's police scans. You know, you can help out the police take down some different gang groups and things like that. Really, really cool, man. They have a whole like wasteland side of the map where there's more of this like a desert. And that's where you meet Pan Am's group and everything. And you know, and it's some good stuff over there too. So look, I'm kind of rambling on here. This is a great game. I'm enjoying the crap out of Cyberpunk 2077. I really enjoy this game, and I really hope if you guys tried it out at launch and haven't played it since, I'm telling you guys, if it comes down to price, I mean, honestly, I would buy this game full price. But if you don't know if you want to take that leap, when it comes down to $40, pick it up. I don't think you will be disappointed, man. This game has everything I like in the game. The brutality. I love being able to just cut limbs and cut limbs off, heads off. This is a brutal game with brutal combat, and it's super fun. It's so much fun, man. And it's if you want to feel like an ultimate badass, this is a no-brainer. This is an absolute no-brainer. You have to play this game. It's so much fun. I can't really say much more else about it than that. I have not finished all the endings in the main campaign, and I haven't played Phantom Liberty. But I tell you right now, I will be making a video on that. If this video performs well, I'll make more content on Cyberpunk, man. This was such a good time. And I'm excited to get back into it, man. I'm ready to venture back into Night City. So anyway, with that being said, let me know your thoughts about Cyberpunk 2077. Have you played it since these most recent updates? Let me know your thoughts down below. And yeah, let's talk about it, man. I'm super hyped. I want to talk about it, and I hope you guys will indulge me a little bit. So anyway, with that being said, we'll see you next video. Stay dead, my friends.